The question of the evening, Mr. Jeremy, how cold is it going to be for that parade?
Very cold, Scott. Temperatures in the 30s, but feeling like below the freezing mark with those added wind gusts. So if you're going to the Santa Parade tomorrow, don't forget the hat, don't forget the scarf, and don't forget the gloves. It's going to be a cold one. I'm standing out now in the backyard. We still got flurries, and on our snowboard, now the snow beginning to compact as the weight of it causes the weight of its own self starting to compress. So now on our snowboard, a little bit less than 12 inches, but at its peak, when there was all those air pockets inside, we had 12.5 inches on our snowboard here in Music. We had quite the snowstorm across the region, some locations picking up nearly 20 inches of snow. And earlier today, just beautiful sights across central and northeastern Pennsylvania from Bushkill Falls. Not too much snow in Camelback Mountain. You'll notice that across the Poconos, a little bit less in the way of snowfall totals, but beautiful scenes from places like Lake Wallenpaupack. Look at all the snow along the lake's shore, as well as Mountain Springs Lake Resort in Wayne County. Picked up over 6 inches of snow across a lot of Wayne County, and that's a beautiful view from Ledges Hotel with the snow right along those rocks along the waterfall. There's Mountain Springs Lake Resort. Just a beautiful day across central northeastern Pennsylvania, but the snow was heavy and it caused a lot of trees to come down too. Sorry for those of you who don't have power. I hope it comes on again soon. But the snow is just so wet and heavy on those power lines that it causes them to snap very easily. South Abington Township, that's a recording from Kurt's house, 16.5 inches. Taylor picked up 9 inches, a little bit less than we did here in Music. Harvey's Lake, even in Harvey's Lake down in Luzerne County, because the increased elevation, Harvey's Lake sits about 1,300 feet. So that orographic lift, that's a fancy term in meteorology terms, as far as mountain lift. So the air is forced up, forces those particles to condense, and out comes the snowfall out of that cloud. Whereas out in Blue Mountain and Muncie, hardly any snowfall at all. Pretty much south of this line, down through Sullivan County, through the midsection of Lackawanna County, and out through parts of Pike, less than 5 inches of snow. Downtown Scranton picked up about 5 inches, but notice the elevation change from the down in the bottom of the valley up to East Mountain where Lake Scranton is. Jean Marie Warpus called in and said she picked up 15 inches of snow. So just that very small distance, but the elevation is what made all of the difference as a result. And 19.5 inches measured in Richmond-Dale. No longer under a winter storm warning across our area, still in effect for parts of the Catskills until 1 a.m. as we continue to see lake effect showers, snow showers streaming into that region. But look at this. This is the scene across a lot of the area. This is from David and Mildred. Look at those downed branches that brought down the power lines with it, too. And this came in from Rebecca in Mount Cobb, one of the most accumulations that we've seen. Rebecca reported nearly 2 feet of snow there in the northern section of Lackawanna County, and Carol made a snowman with it. It looks like the birds are enjoying it, too. There's a live view from Williamsport. Notice just the wet roads. No accumulations there out in Lycoming County. And this is the view from our rooftop camera, those branches laden with that wet and heavy snow. Temperatures right now in the 20s and 30s, 29 in Thornhurst, 30 in Lake Harmony. Definitely cold enough to support the snow in the northeastern corner of Pennsylvania, but in the Susquehanna Valley, just too warm. That's why we didn't see the accumulations. As far as rainfall amounts, about 1/4 of an inch for much of the region. This is an outlier. You'll notice that it's kind of counting the liquid equivalent of the snowfall in addition to the rainfall that happened here in Scranton. So overall, we're putting a dent in the drought, which is great. One last lingering flurry there for Pike and Wayne counties headed towards Honesdale, but breaking up significantly as this storm system now sucks in dry air from the north and west. It's going to push its way up and out of our region as we go through the day tomorrow, but that'll cause some blustery winds on the back side of it. Maybe an additional flurry through the overnight tonight and a sprinkle tomorrow morning possible through the afternoon. Much of us will remain dry after we had an entire day of snowfall. We'll notice those wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour in the hilltops. And look at this. For everybody around sunrise, winds gusting up to 25, 30 miles per hour. And after that into the afternoon, gusting up to 45 in Albrightsville. And that will make things feel for the Santa Parade like less than 32 degrees. So bundle up the kiddos. It's going to be a cold Santa Parade and with the added wind gusts. And of course, those temperatures on the thermometer just being in the upper 30s. That's your 7-day forecast. Temps in the 40s for the weekend. That snow's not going too far. We need those temperatures to rise up to the 50s, which they'll do on Monday and Tuesday. That'll cause some decrease in those snowfall amounts as well with the rainfall that's expected on Monday night and a Tuesday morning. Scott, we are tracking another system on Thanksgiving Day that might bring us another shot for some snowfall. We're tracking it very closely.
Won't that be interesting?
Yes, it will be.
Have a great weekend, Jeremy.
You too.